Hello everybody, my name is Senkara, and over the past month, if you didn't know or haven't seen it, I was building Egyptian god-based decks based on the two Egyptian god structure decks. I built a bunch of different versions of the structure decks, so you're combining 3 of each, combining 3 of one, or just having 1 of each, blah blah blah. So to continue that trend, I thought this month we'll do some more god card decks. So of course, to start off, I have you a Winged Dragon of Ra OTK. This is the Winged Dragon of Ra deck with the Blaze Cannon. It's a Reactor Slime, Millennium Revelation, Ancient Chant, etc. It's a very basic Winged Dragon of Ra deck that works very well. Now, if you would like to see this deck in action, then be sure to click on the card above. I have done a video on it playing with my boy Wade, where we saw this deck in action, and damn does it work good. I mean, woo boy, this is an exciting time. So let's go over the deck profile right away. So, first of all, we got 3 Guardian Slime. This guy has 2 uses. First of all, well, 3 I suppose. He can protect you from damage. He summons himself when you take damage. He lives easily. If it's sent from the field, hand or field to the graveyard, you can add a Winged Dragon of Ra spell or trap from your deck to your hand, and also he is a level 10 water aqua monster which can be used to summon Egyptian god slime just by tributing a guardian slime. So this guy is very useful in those regards. I don't use him that often, but when given the opportunity, this guy is fantastic. Next we have 3 Ra's Disciples. Obviously, summon 1, he summons 2 more. Very easy card to bring out the Winged Dragon of Ra. Same for Reactor Slime. With this guy's effect, you can special summon 2 slime tokens, which means he has 3 monsters in 1. Very easy to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra, who obviously needs 3 tributes. So 3 of each of them. Next, of course, we have the boy himself, the Winged Dragon of Ra, the Sun God. Here he is, the Winged Dragon of Ra. So for those of you who don't know Ra's effects, shame on you. Shame on you. Winged Dragon of Ra requires 3 tributes to normal summon. He can't be special summoned. And when he's normal summoned, you can pay life points, so you only have 100 left, and his attack and defense become equal to the amount of life points you paid. Now note, this effect is optional. You don't have to do it, because he does have a second effect. You can pay 1,000 life points to target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. You can do that as many times as you want for the cost of 1,000 life points. This is not fantastic. However, being able to summon this monster and immediately give it 7,900 attack points, it's pretty damn good. And we have a bunch of other cards in this deck which boost its attack further, so don't worry about that. That's where the OTK comes in, is that this guy just he becomes as big as your opponent's life points. I mean, it's pretty easy to win like that. Next we have Winged Dragon of Ra, Immortal Phoenix. This is more just to have as a bit of a backup plan. So we only have 1. You only need 1 because this guy special summons himself from the graveyard. When the Winged Dragon of Ra is sent from the field to the graveyard and this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon him. 4,000 attack, and he has the pay 1,000 to destroy monsters effect. Next we have 3 Winged Dragon of Ra Spear Mode. This card is absolutely amazing. I mean, this card's pretty bonkers. First of all, can't be special summoned with 3 tributes. However, you can tribute your opponent's monsters. You can tribute 3 of your opponent's monsters to summon this guy to your opponent's field. Then, during the end phase, shift control of this card to its owner during the end phase. So you summon it to your opponent's field. During their end phase, it comes back to your field. He can't be targeted for an attack or card effects. He just sort of sits there doing nothing and being unkillable. However, on your turn, you can tribute him to special summon the Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck, ignoring the summoning conditions, and then that Winged Dragon of Ra has 4,000 attack points. So that's one of the first ways to give Ra attack. However, if you do this, you won't be able to use Ra's pay all your life points effect to give Ra attack. However, we do have other ways to do that. There are a lot of ways in this deck to give Ra attack. So this is just one option to summon Ra. Most of the time, I will summon Ra just normal summon him by himself, and that works because of this deck. Next up, we have 2 Volcanic Rocket. You're probably wondering what the hell is Volcanic Rocket doing in here, Senkara. Well, let me tell you. For those of you who don't know, Volcanic Rocket's effect, when this card is summoned, you can add a Blaze Accelerator card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. But Senkara, why are we running Blaze Accelerators? We're not. That's the trick. We're running Blaze Cannon. For those of you who don't know, Blaze Accelerator in the Japanese version of the card is called Blaze Cannon. Just straight up Blaze Cannon. And this guy's effect says you can add a Blaze Cannon card from your deck to your hand. And of course, in Japanese, Blaze Cannon is called God Blaze Cannon. So it is still a Blaze Cannon card and can therefore be added with Volcanic Rocket. You'll also see on this card's effect, it will say this card is always treated as a Blaze Accelerator card, but that's why it is. So that's all the monsters. It's a pretty basic setup. Volcanic Rocket just to get the Blaze Cannon, and then everything else is just summon Ra, basically. Triple tributes, go into God Slime, and then Winged Dragon of Ra himself to summon. So, pretty basic monster lineup. This is basically the most simple form of a Winged Dragon of Ra deck is what I wanted to do with this. Nothing too complicated, just straight up Winged Dragon of Ra. Next we have 3 Ancient Chant. This card is absolutely amazing in any God card deck. It adds a Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and if you do, you can tribute summon 1 monster during your main phase this turn. So, not only does it add a Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck to your hand, which is always fantastic, but it also gives you an extra tribute summon to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra in this case, or any of its forms. Also, you can banish this card from the graveyard, and Ra's, if you tribute summon the Winged Dragon of Ra this turn, its original attack and defense become the combined original attack and defense of the monsters tributed to summon him. This is basically, this is the effect that Ra has in the anime, as it gains the attack and defense of the tributes used to summon him, and giving him more anime effects. Next we have 3 Blaze Cannon. This card is completely bonkers. This gives Ra all his anime effects pretty much. So, activate this card, the Winged Dragon of Ra gains the following effects until the end of this turn. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated, so that's a plus as well. Can't Dragoon this shit. So Ra gains these effects. It is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Fantastic. No Mirror Force, don't have to worry about that pesky magic cylinder that everyone says beats Ra. Not anymore! Unaffected by your opponent's card effects, when an attack is declared involving this card, you can tribute any number of other monsters that did not declare an attack this turn, and the Winged Dragon of Ra will gain attack equal to the tributed monster's combined original attack. So there's just another way to boost Ra's attack to go for the OTK. And finally, after damage calculation, if the Winged Dragon of Ra attacks, send all monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard. So that on its own is pretty bonkers. That gets past can't be destroyed, can't be targeted, just sends everything to the graveyard. It prevents Ra from being destroyed, targeted, whatever by your opponent's card effects, which is also insane, and it can boost Ra's attack even further to go for the OTK. So obviously Blaze Cannon is a pretty powerful card in this deck. Next we have 1 Called by the Grave, obviously. Hubby's Feather Duster again, obviously that's self-explanatory why those are there. Finally, we have 3 Millennium Revelation. This card can add Monster Reborn to your hand by discarding a Divine Beast, i.e. your Winged Dragon of Ra, and also you can send this card from the field to the graveyard, and then this turn use Monster Reborn to special summon the Winged Dragon of Ra from your graveyard, ignoring the summoning conditions, but it will be sent to the graveyard during the end phase. So this just gives you another way to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra. You can bring it back from the graveyard, you can use Monster Reborn. Of course, if all you have is a Millennium Revelation and a Winged Dragon of Ra in your hand, Millennium Revelation discards Ra to add Reborn to your hand anyway from your graveyard as well, so you can reuse your Monster Reborn. So this card is pretty crazy. I don't use it a lot, but it can definitely come in handy as, I guess, a sort of a backup, or just another way to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra, really. I mean, this deck is littered with ways to summon Ra, that's the whole point. You should not have a hand that cannot summon Ra. I mean, if you do, that's very unlucky. Sucks to be you. Next up we have 3 Pot of Extravagance, again self-explanatory, lets you draw 2 cards, fantastic. 1 Raigeki, just a note on the Pot of Extravagance, none of the extra deck monsters are really too important. They're mostly situational, so they could be important. You might want to do that first, but don't worry too much about throwing out 6 of them. You're not going to miss them. Unless you hit all of your God Slimes and then can't summon Ra, like, you're not going to miss them. That would be very unlucky. But yes, so always go for the draw 2 cards, pretty much. Raigeki, self-explanatory. So that's it for the spell cards. Again, this deck is just very heavily focused on summoning Ra, and because of that, it does it very well. The odds that you will not win when you summon Ra are pretty low. Of course, it does depend on what your opponent has and whether or not you have Blaze Cannon, but we run like 5 Blaze Cannons in the deck, including Volcanic Rockets, so you should be alright to go. Finally, we have the trap cards. We have 3 Metal Reflect Slime. This can obviously be summoned by the effect of Reactor Slime and can allow you to go into Egyptian God Slime. And finally, 3 Sun God Unification. This will allow you to use to give your life points to Ra's attack and defense points, much like Ra does when he's normal summoned. This is just another way to do that, so even if he's special summoned through Sphere Mode or Monster Reborn, you can still pay all your life points to add it to Ra's attack. Also, you can activate this card straight from your hand, assuming you control the Winged Dragon of Ra, which is fantastic. Doesn't prevent you from doing an OTK on your first turn. And in case your OTK fails, you can use this card to tribute the Winged Dragon of Ra and gain life points equal to its attack, just so you don't immediately die as soon as your turn ends. I mean, that's always great, I think. Next up, we have the extra deck. The extra deck is not much. I didn't put a lot of thought into the extra deck. It's a pretty straightforward, basic deck. First of all, of course, we have 3 Egyptian God Slime. If you don't know, this card counts as 3 tributes for the summon of a monster. Well, 1 or 3 tributes, I should say. And he can be summoned by tributing a level 10 Aqua monster, that being your Guardian Slime or your Metal Reflect Slime. So, get a Metal Reflect Slime out on the field, and you've got 3 tributes for your Winged Dragon of Ra as the point of that. And of course, you can get Metal Reflect Slime through the effect of Reactor Slime. So it all just works together. This is what I've been saying every time we've made a deck this past month, haven't I? I've been like, Reactor Slime would be great. I would run 3 of them if we had Metal Reflect Slime, and rather if we had Egyptian God Slime. Now we have Egyptian God Slime. We're running 3 Egyptian God Slime. Next up, we have Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. This is just a bit of a backup. It is pretty easy to get 2 Winged Dragon of Ra's out. This will need 3, which isn't too hard either, and if you do, you can detach a material to destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls, which is pretty fantastic, and he's got 5,000 attack points. That's pretty bonkers. 3 Winged Dragon of Ra's for that. Might not be worth it, of course, it is always situational. Next we have a Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Of course, this is just to finish off your opponent in case Ra couldn't quite get the job done, which could happen if you don't have any other way to give Ra extra attack and you only pay 7,900 life points. That's not quite enough to deal 8,000 points of damage, so Gustav Max will finish it off. And of course, if you have no way of giving Ra attack, you can also just go into Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liebe, who will deal a crap ton of damage. 3 attacks at 6,000 attack points is pretty bonkers, so you summon him by using Gustav Max if you don't know. Next we have Barricade Borg Blocker. This card can basically just add Millennium Revelation, so I guess it's a bit of a backup. Really, you probably won't go into it, but it's there. We have 3 Nightmare Cerberus and 3 Nightmare Phoenix, again just to take care of problematic cards is the point of these guys. They're just easy to summon, take care of any problematic monsters or spells and traps. We have a Linked Rebo, which I'm not sure why it's in this deck. It can't be summoned. That's really awkward, which means we also can't summon that. We'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. Except don't ignore it. Put two of something else. I don't know what. Whoops. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention there. That's really awkward. We can't summon those. Anyway, these are the important. You know what? We'll put in the other nightmare. Nightmare Unicorn. We'll throw in a unicorn. Do we want a griffin? Target one spell trap new great. Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll throw in a griffin as well. Why not? Those are always great. Great situational cards. There we go. So, that's basics of the deck. Let's give it a few test hands. Again, if you want to see it in action, then be sure to click on the card above to check out this deck in action against another deck. But for now, I'll show you some solo mode test hands, just to really sort of show you how the deck plays out. Okay, so, assuming that you're going first, all you really want to do here is just set Metal Reflect Slime and wait. You can go into Ra's Disciple if you want. I would save it till I have an Ancient Charm or some other way to summon Ra, but if you want, you can go into Ra's Disciple, and that works too. Go into a Link Summon if you really want. There are plenty of options there to do. However, assuming your opponent takes the turn, assuming they have nothing that can get past Metal Reflect Slime, this guy summons himself with 3,000 defense points in defense mode. Nice and easy. Then you draw. Oh, Blaze Cannon, beauty, we're good to go. So then you tribute this guy, special summon God Slime, who is basically invincible. Then you tribute him, he counts as 3 tributes. Normal summon your Winged Dragon of Ra. Pay 7,900 life points. Yeet. Bunch of damage. Blaze Cannon, of course, drop that in the damage step if you'd like. Or yeah, I normally save Blaze Cannon till the last moment. You might not need it. If your opponent activates something, then just drop a Blaze Cannon. If they have a bunch of monsters on the field, pop a Blaze Cannon, get rid of everything. Unfortunately, we only had 1 normal summon this turn, so I couldn't go into Ra's Disciple to give Ra extra attack, but that's a-okay. After that, since you probably didn't finish them off, since you didn't have enough attack points, but that's okay, because now you can activate Sun God Unification, whoops, don't do that, tribute Ra, and regain all of your life points. and you're good to go. Now your opponent attacks you, it's okay, you're fine, probably. You're probably fine. Boom, Ancient Chant, easy, activate that. This guy adds the Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck to your hand, and gives you an extra normal summon, and then banish this card from the graveyard so that Ra's attack will be equal to the tributes. Summon Ra's Disciple, summons 2 more of himself, and then of course tribute, whoops, not attack directly, tribute all 3, summon the Winged Dragon of Ra. In that case, since we used Ancient Chant, Ra's attack points will be 3,300, and you can use Ra's effect as well to either, well, first of all, you can use Ra's effect to pay 1,000 life points to destroy your opponent's monsters. If they have monsters on the field, do that. They probably don't have much life points after your first attack, so just do that, and then whatever life points you have left, Sun God Unification can pay the rest of it. 5,900, boost Ra's attack even more, he'll already be at 3,300, and then attack for game. Very simple, very straightforward. This deck is just summon Ra, go for game. As you probably could have seen in the video in the card above. Again, click that to check it out. Let's assume we go second this time, draw. Okay, so first of all, Ancient Chant. This will give us our Winged Dragon of Ra to the hand and give us the extra tribute summon. Then we'll normal summon Ra's Disciple. He then special summons 2 more straight from the deck. We do have Blaze Cannon in our hands, so like we're already set. We're already ready to go. This is gonna be a game-winning game. Banish 6 to draw 2. Alright, got the Monster Reborn, not bad, and Called by the Grave in case of emergencies. Never know when that might come up. Awesome. Now we'll tribute these 3 bad boys. Oh, don't forget also to banish Ancient Chant from the graveyard to use its effect. Tribute these guys, summon Winged Dragon of Ra, 3,300 attack, pay all but 100 of the life points, goes up to, what, 11,200 attack points? That'll probably do it. I mean, that should do it. Unless your opponent has a monster that is stronger than 3,200 attack points, or if all their monsters are in defense mode, then the Winged Dragon of Ra's got it sorted. Give him the Blaze Cannon to make him invincible and attack for game. You win. Congratulations. You could also reborn something back to give him extra attack points if need be. With Blaze Cannon's effect, you can tribute your other monsters to continue raising Ra's attack. But that's the basics of the deck. Yeah, like I said, very straightforward. Just summon Ra, attack for game. This is about as simple as Yu-Gi-Oh gets, right? It's a very straightforward deck. Very much just summon Ra, attack for game. And that's what I love about it, is that it's simple and it works. It works heckin' well. It works really well. I don't think it has ever actually failed. I could be wrong. Watch the video above. But I'm pretty sure this deck hasn't actually failed me yet. It's pretty good, Ra OTK. So that's the start of this month. Now we've got the Winged Dragon of Ra deck out of the way. Next week, I'll be showing you... from now on, I'll be showing you decks that combine all 3 Egyptian gods into one. Next week, we have the Ojama God card deck, in which, rather than putting all 3 into one, I put 2 in the side deck, 1 in the main deck, and you can switch out all their cards between rounds to really surprise your opponent. They're prepared for a Novelist, boom, give them the Slifer. Prepare for the Slifer, boom, give him the Winged Dragon of Ra. Yeah, it's basically like that. You can swap them out and choose which god you want, or you can put all 3 of them in one. It's a pretty awesome deck, Ojama Egyptian Gods. Be sure to look forward to it, because, I mean, that just sounds great, doesn't it? Doesn't that just sound fantastic? I think that sounds fantastic. But if you're going for a triple Egyptian God deck, this sort of strategy is pretty standard for summoning the Egyptian gods, okay? Other strategies are just if you, I guess, want backup plans in case your god fails or anything like that, or just to have more fun. Honestly, for me, it's just to have more fun. I like making different god card decks, so it's just a lot of fun for me. And at the end of the month, I have something very special to share with you. My Creator of Light, FTK. First turn kill, Creator of Light, completely legal, and works like 90% of the time. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, satisfy me by leaving a like and a comment down below. Let me know if you liked this deck, let me know any changes that you would have made or anything. Again, this was just a very basic, straightforward Winged Dragon of Ra deck. May not be the best deck out there, it's just a standard one. It's a pretty standard one. And you can follow this kind of template for any Egyptian god deck you build. Honestly, This is fantastic. Guardian Slime's pretty great. Yeah, the God Slime, Ra's Disciple, Reactor Slime, that sort of thing. This is basically a template for any Egyptian God deck. It's a pretty straightforward how to play Egyptian gods. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment if you did. Subscribe for more, much more exciting decks coming out this month. And until next time, see ya. I forgot to say thank you for watching, and until next time, see ya.